like, oh my gosh, I need like
Yeah, I know. I think to bring my sunglasses inside.
side fans, I guess they're called, like side blinkers. I don't know what they're called. Anyways, hi, welcome. This is Hannah here at Indie Buzz Rocks at Radio Venice.tv on YouTube. We are here today with the lovely Miss Anna. What is your last name? Anna May. Anna May, where are you from? And what are your foundations in music? Will you tell us a little bit about yourself and that?
Yeah, so I'm originally from the East Coast, from Connecticut, but I've lived everywhere. In Nashville now. I lived in California and also New Orleans. So a bit of everywhere, but I'm from the East Coast. And foundations. I've been playing piano since I was 6. So it's a long time. I started really young and started writing my own songs around 17. It was kind of it was dreary growing up in New England. It was cold, and writing was a way to kind of escape that and get into my subconscious.
Because that's very young to start writing songs. So I was going to ask you, how did you recognize that you were writing songs? Was there a song or some musical inspiration around that time frame for you?
Yeah, I really loved like Leonard Cohen. I loved Billie Holiday, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, of course, and it was just very natural for me. I'm a big introvert, so I would basically lock myself in my room and write songs. And a lot of my favorite songs still are songs that I wrote when I was like early 20s or even teenage.
And you still play them today?
Yeah.
And did you play them from the beginning when you wrote them? Or is it a song that you had to go back?
So a lot of them I wrote and never played. And then I picked them up like in the last year, so I'm playing them now, which is really cool to resurrect like really old songs. And I'm like, wow, these are actually, I was pretty smart then. So it's fun to see what you can do, as a really young person, like soaking everything up and traveling to a lot of places. It's that time in life is really special, I think.
Very neat. Are there some specific songs that you'd like to share, maybe a snippet about that inspire you?
Yeah, stylistically, I was really drawn to Billie Holiday, and I grew up listening to a lot of jazz. So that over time kind of became more of what I did. I started out very country, and then moving to New Orleans and just getting immersed in a lot of jazz. I took that on for
sure. So
where
in your music do you hear jazz?
I like the jazz format, so I love, Miles Davis, and even like you could even say like Grateful Dead. I think to me they're in the jazz realm, like organization-wise, and the way the songs are organized. So I like to orient my songs so that they're longer and have more space in them, and that's really where the jazz comes in, and more like a style.
Okay, I see that. So you elongate words or phrases or
I would say
the actual. Well, we're going to have to listen to that. Can you give us an example? Do you have a chorus or a line that you can think of? Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so I have a song that's new called "The Show," and that's very stream of consciousness. So
I wonder if we could hear you.
Let's see. So
I might have to speak up a little.
Oh, okay. So there's the show starts off. I'm wandering through the crowd, wondering what they think of me. I'm waiting in the bathroom line, contemplating the leaves and the trees, and I'm staring at my shoes. So to me, that really has like a jazz rhythm, an emphasis, and it's very spoken word, very stream of consciousness, and
I see how you mean elongated.
Yes, and then just like singing in it a lot.
So it still is an actual sentence or phrase. It's not, but it is really interesting. Oh, that's beautiful. So going back to music and theory and music words and dictionary, could you think of some words? We just have elongated, but can you think of some music theory words? Did you go to music school?
I didn't. I took piano lessons and became an organist, so I do have a lot of music theory under my belt.
Okay.
I did an official
So let's test your music theory. And see if you can give us 3 music theory
My music,
words.
I would say rubato, which is kind of loosening the rhythm or loosening phrasing in my sense or in the sense of my music. I definitely employ a lot of that, just shifting out of like traditional rhythm structures in how I sing or in what lyrics I use. We did 3, right? So that's 1.
Well, how do you spell that again?
Rubato.
Rubato.
Yeah.
And that's the opening up of sound?
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah, like loosening the structure, making it a little bit more malleable is how I take it. More dramatic, and I think elongating also is under that umbrella.
Hi.
Hi. Good.
Hi.
Are you from Nashville?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you, Miss Franny?
How are you feeling today?
Good. I'm tired.
Me too.
Do you have a dictionary word you want to share with us, Miss Franny?
What?
We're just talking about music words. And we just had rubato.
Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah.
Can you think of another one? You said you might have had
I'll
2
see you in
other
a
words.
minute.
Okay, we're going to be right here, Miss Franny. I'm tired.
Has it started yet?
I don't know what time it is, Miss Franny. No, Sean's not here.
Hi.
Okay.
No, she's going to play next.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's go back to 3 words you know for music vocabulary.
And it can just be anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so retardando is slowing down. Like at the end of the piece, obviously, like making it a little bit looser again, like more dramatic.
So
slowing down.
rubato
Yeah.
is to open up the structure.
Yeah.
And then what's this other one?
Retardando. Which you probably know.
Retardando is
Yeah.
to slow it down.
Yeah.
Does it go backwards?
No, it's usually like at the end of the piece, like if you're playing a piece of piano, it will say RIT, like usually at the last line sometimes,
And that means what?
to slow down. Yeah.
But what's the real word?
Retardando,
Oh,
so it's like RIT.
Retardando. That's what it means.
That's what-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
We
now
have
you know.
retardando and oh my
And the
gosh.
opposite of that is accelerando. To like
Accelerando.
accelerate and get faster. So if you ever see those two in a piece of music, those are pretty common. I think rubato is less common, but I like
Those are
rubato.
great words.
Yeah.
Rubato, retardando, and acelerado. I love it. One more question, and that would be if you could think about advice that helps you through the struggle to keep practicing your passion.
That's a good question. Yeah, I struggle with that a lot. I think
4 minutes
4 minutes. 4
till
minutes.
showtime.
okay.
So,
Okay.
I see
We
you
are on the
later.
last question anyways, Max.
Yeah, okay.
I'll see you in a
Hey,
minute.
so much.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those times. I've had a lot of severe depression, anxiety. So I think the biggest thing, and I'm not always good at taking that advice, but is to not listen to a lot of the noise and things that come at you, because it can be very tempting, especially in a digital world. Like you're always receiving messages, and your vocal is important, and listening less to people who don't know you. And I think you are the one who's closest to knowing yourself and your passion and where you want to go. And we can't invest a lot of importance in strangers who don't know us, having insights into our path, because I've found a lot of that is misguiding or just not the right thing to.
That's really interesting. So allow what you hear, but don't hear everything to be you.
Yeah, and like deflect it and really focus on.
All right, here we go.
intuition.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. We're going to go listen to Miss Anna Mae from Nashville. some legatos, rubatos, acceleratos, and ichilitidatos. Bye.
Yeah, legato. I didn't do legato. That would have been.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for being here. Today we have with us the lovely Mr. Sean Tarpey.
Yeah, Tarpey.
Tarpey, Tarpey.
Yeah.
So Mr. Sean, could you tell us a little bit about your music inspirations and what has given you the most courage?
Phil in it from Thin Lizzy. Like,
Oh,
a lot of my songwriting comes from him.
and what is it that, I'm not familiar. Can you share?
It's like his confidence and when he sings and performs. I really idolize that. The whole band really, Thin Lizzy, but Phil in particular.
And they're kind of a rock band, but not a rock band.
Yeah, they were
right?
They were hard rock, but they played a lot of ballads and love songs, which I really loved a lot of their love songs and ballads.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah,
now.
I'm a
Songs
big
and
Thin Lizzy
ballads.
ballad man.
So,
I know,
what
right?
made you choose the acoustic guitar versus the electric guitar?
I
Oh,
want.
Diana.
Why did I choose acoustic?
Oh yes, in your versus electron.
I wanted to try something different, and I wanted to kind of branch out a little bit more. And I was like, if I was playing electric, I would. There would just be a lot of factors that I'd have to play in with setting something up to get what I really wanted, and the delicateness of these kind of songs I've been playing. I've been playing them on my electric, acoustic, without anything plugged in the middle of the night.
Oh.
But then, playing them on acoustic lately, I was like, this would be something cool. I've never done before, and I should try doing it to see
Wow.
if I can push myself to be in that atmosphere that I don't really practice in.
Right.
So try something new and see how I can push myself, and how can I take that back to playing electric as well.
So well, yeah. What did you think?
I
That's a big tall order for somebody to come here and share a lot of firsts.
and personal stuff too.
Yeah,
It's-
yes, personal. Would you like to talk a little bit about that song and what happened?
It just tripped out. These songs were written about either people or experiences that I had. So singing them like this live, no matter the size of the performance, but just everybody paying attention, kind of, and being there, and having the sound be delicate and quiet. Playing these super personal songs. You're really falling into this aspect of the story. For me, at least. I got a little emotional there in certain parts because I was like, this is I'm performing this for somebody, and I want everybody to hear exactly what I'm going through, and I'm reliving these things I wrote about, and I'm getting choked up in the moment and getting upset, and I'm like, oh my god, it's an intense way of.
So now what?
Well, I feel good doing it, and
then
I feel
what
good that it was.
happens? You go home and you do what
I
does your
just-
brain do?
You just kind of just let that feeling be in the moment, because these are old feelings that I've already thought about and had time to process. So
Right.
It's-
And
I'm reliving these things and
And-
trying to invoke that same feeling I had when I was writing the song initially.
and then you go home and what happens?
And it's fine. I know how to.
You cry about it again.
I don't cry about it, because like I said, I've already thought about these things and I feel fine with these things. But it's just in the moment when you're reliving them and trying to relive them for the sake of the piece, then yeah, you're a little thrown out in that moment, and you're fine being thrown in that moment.
Wow, that's interesting. I never really thought about how that. I was gonna say how that maneuvers in your daily life, but it quite obviously does.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Okay. May I ask you a little bit about where you were born and raised?
I'm from Eagle Rock, California.
Why is that funny?
It's not. It's just,
Okay.
that's where I'm from.
Okay, Eagle Rock, California, and would you share with us some early childhood memories with you in Eagle Rock, California?
I remember skateboarding down Eagle Rock Boulevard as fast as I can,
Did you break anything?
I hurt myself quite a bit, but I didn't break anything. I wasn't a daredevil, but I remember doing that and listening to Black Sabbath on my way home.
Oh,
Yeah,
rock and roll.
I used to. Black Sabbath was.
Did you have a crew with you?
No, I was.
Oh.
I had one at school, but when I was going home, I wasn't allowed to have friends over most of the time because my parents were working.
Right.
So just flying down Eagle Rock Boulevard, listening to Black Sabbath, trying to get home
On your,
on my skateboard.
no, but what were you listening
I
to
had-
it on?
I had just these little headphones.
Sony,
No, nothing crazy. I was like 13, 12.
Wait, what did you have at the time? You didn't
So
have an iPod?
I had an iPod, Apple earbuds.
iPod?
Yeah,
Is that what they were called?
they were iPods. Yeah. You had, I mean, what? You had your cell phone, and then you had
had
then you had the
iPod,
iPod.
yeah.
The MP3 and the phone weren't connected yet, so you had to have two different things.
Pieces. Well, now we have a lot more.
So I had this tiny iPod Nano. My mom, my
Oh,
sisters
God.
had them first, and then my mom didn't want to get me one, so I was gonna break it. I was like, just give me one. And I
Did
got,
you
I
break
got,
it?
no, my sisters broke all their stuff all the time. I took the best care of it because I was like, nope, my green iPod's my only thing.
Aw, shout out to Apple iPods, welcoming the life of music into the early childhood life of a musician. So let's go back to some early childhood music.
No, but I listened to a lot of, disco, metal, rock. My mom liked all sorts of stuff, so I really liked rock and roll, like heavy music. It was always like Billy Idol's like my first big thing that I really loved, and then it was like the Smiths, Black Sabbath, Allman Brothers, Thin Lizzy, and then it snowballed.
And now, of course, it's just you.
I love all sorts.
Mr. Sean Tarpey, you better be listening out. He's going to be a tearjerker. Will you share with us some more childhood memories with you and music?
I always had a guitar since I was like 4. I didn't know how to play it till I was 11.
So, why?
Uh,
How?
I would play it. Right?
How did you have a guitar at 4?
I wanted to be my mom loved rock stars. She dated a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched Kings of Leon. It was like first rock band that I saw. I was like, these guys are cool.
Oh, yes, they're very good.
So I'm watching them on Jay Leno. They're playing Kick the Bucket. And sitting in front of the TV like this with my toys watching Kings of Leon play before my mom gets ready for work.
Wow.
And I was like, I'd love to do that. And I started playing. And I think my grandmother started dying around the time I got good at playing it. And then it was like my outlet a lot.
Oh.
So it was all throughout my teenage years. There was a lot of issues with my sisters and stuff. And so this is
How many sisters did you
I have 2.
And what kind of issues did you guys have?
They're drug addicts. My parents were recovering drug addicts. My sisters were drug addicts. So it was like a good
At
outlet.
the same time as your grandmother?
It started after my great grandmother died. So these problems started coming in a couple of years afterwards, starting with my older sister, then to my younger sister.
Wow, are you in between the 2 sisters?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Are there 3 of you?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, it's fine.
I understand you're talking about it as words, but I also understand that
They are words.
there are people that were there in those moments,
It's
right?
true. Yeah, it's true.
So you found the guitar
Yeah.
at 4. Who gave it to you?
My uncle gave me my first guitar.
Oh, really? What uncle? The uncle
my
related
dad's-
to the grandmother?
My dad's uncle. My dad's brother. My dad's brother gave me a guitar.
Your dad's brother.
Yeah, and then I been playing. Like I said, I've been playing pretty much ever. I always had a guitar since I was 4, and I've been playing ever since I was 11.
Wow.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, because it's a lot of different weird math. We're not good at math around here.
No.
But what I'm trying to understand is I feel like there's a lot of I guess I'm trying to find out like if there were some songs that you sang together in your family, or if there was some like
No, I'm the only musician.
I mean, I know you. Yeah.
I mean, we'd all
Childhood songs.
heard songs, but we all not everybody liked the same songs in our household. We all
Right.
liked music a lot, like different types of music,
Understood.
and liked cool music.
That's how you separated yourself.
But we all didn't like just one song together. Most of us would like one song and one of us would hate it. And we'd be like, oh, fuck this song, play something else.
Yeah. I feel that. Okay, so let's go back to, okay, can you talk about some lyrics? I would like if you could share with us a high lyric and a low lyric from one of your songs that you sang tonight.
A lyric that I've liked was from this one song on land. I was like, been so many places, seen so many faces, but none of them can compare. Stand out from the masses, 1 in a million, 1 in a million and one.
One in a million and one. A million and one.
Yeah, I was like, it's so tasteful to say you're 1 in a million, 1 in a million, and one. It's a dumb thing,
Like
but
you can't even close the
Yeah.
word million. It would be
So
like
it-
infinitely.
yeah.
million.
I really like that one.
That's beautiful. That's really sweet. That's a tender moment.
It was, and I think the low probably came from Hummingbird.
Oh yes.
I mean that song's about a personal battle, and the significance of a hummingbird coming in these horrible parts of my life to reassure me that like the things that I want to happen, the good things that will happen. You know, it's weird how they fly around somewhere, and I don't even expect it.
What do you mean, like they're actually?
It's like a sign. It's like a sign or something. I don't believe in a whole lot.
I
of
thought
them.
you meant a flight pattern.
It's just
Adam,
where I'm like
they do swoop.
deciding things in my head, going these deep, just thoughts, and I'll trying to reassure myself, right? And the world seems kind of grim, and then the hummingbird comes in, and you see it flying, and then you didn't even expect it to be there, and then now it's there, and you're reassuring yourself like, oh, the good things I want to happen. There's the hummingbird, and it flies away, the good omen or some shit. You know, it sounds dippy, and I'm like saying it out loud. I'm like, God, it sounds.
Well, don't worry
sounds
about
kind
it.
of
'Cause
insane.
What I was gonna say is that the reality is that you found a window or a door or an airspace. I guess it really is. It's kind of an airspace into that thing that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I
It's
like
interesting.
that. Everybody can have a.
Everybody
Don't
so
forget
it's
to find your own airspace,
pretty much.
right? Because
Yeah.
that helped you.
It did.
That's cool. I like that. Okay. And will you please share with us, thank you for sharing those with us. Will you share with us 3 words that are like music words? And then one more question after that.
I mean,
Or just 3 of your favorite words.
just have fun.
But I was thinking, no, I wasn't thinking like in a sentence. I was thinking 3 separate words like that you might study like from music.
Okay, patience. Fun and fulfillment.
Ooh, patience, fun, and fulfillment. No, that's interesting. Those are very long-term words. Patience takes forever and fulfillment takes forever, right?
Yeah.
But that's what life is.
But fun's
I
like
think
fun's
that's
in the
what
moment.
matters.
Fun's in the moment. You know, you
Yes.
should feel fulfilled when you play. You should feel like you're having fun and fulfilled when you play. But you should also be patient with yourself to take the time to evolve naturally and to just to figure out how to get personal fulfillment.
Wow.
You need to be patient with figuring out yourself and your sound, and
Wow.
that's really important of playing a lot. Is you want to say something, you want to be yourself when you play. You know, there's a million people that can play, but are they really that person? Can you
Right.
pick that person out from a mile away? You know, that's important.
Interesting you should say that. That's very brilliant. And on that note, can you let us know if you have a favorite superhero?
I don't know. I mean, I like Batman. It's a little cliche, but I think he's kind of dope sometimes. But
I would understand that, especially when you're
A-
talking
a
about
favorite-
where
a
you
favorite
find your
superhero?
space to pull.
oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I guess he's a superhero.
Oh yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like him more than Batman. Obi-Wan Kenobi's cooler than Batman, in my opinion.
Okay, we got it. Super dope. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi,
He's
Batman.
like the epitome of good guy. He's
Sean
just the good guy.
Tarpey guy. Waiting. Go check him out. Thank you so much for joining us. Watch the episode on RadioVenice.tv. Did you have anything?
Check out my new EP. Just a
yes.
little something.
Will
Just a
you
little
send
something.
it to
Sean
us?
Tarpey. Yeah.
What does an EP mean? How many songs are in
It's
it?
just four stuff I've been working on. I
4
played some of
songs.
them tonight.
How many minutes is it?
It's 11 minutes.
4 songs, 11 minutes. Sean Tarpey, Tarpey.
Yeah,
Thanks for visiting.
of course.